Plaintiff Heather Molesky was engaged to the defendant, and they have a daughter together. Heather claims they broke up because she suspected the defendant was cheating after she found a tube of women's lip balm in his pocket. And now he's dating a 22-year-old. Heather's suing her ex today for the cost of a car. Defendant Derek Barr insists Heather's cousin planted that lip balm on him as a prank, and he denies ever cheating. In fact, Derek claims he gave up the opportunity to play professional football to be with Heather and to be a father to their child. And he claims Heather told him he did not have to make the payments on the car.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge, Greg Mathis, presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
Basically, Your Honor, me and Derek had been together for 6 years. He'd played semi-pro football for the Fox Valley Force. Our relationship started out great. I mean, I had a 2-year-old daughter. He pretty much helped me take care of her. Her father wasn't around. Life was going really good. He was working jobs. I was working. In 2004, we had a daughter. Our life was still good. We were still both working, getting along good. 2007, we became engaged. The engagement didn't last long at all. I soon started to suspect that he was cheating.
How you figure? I mean, that wasn't even the case.
How did you figure? I'm like him. How did you figure?
How did I figure? Doing laundry one day, I had pulled out a tube of women's Victoria's Secret lip balm out of his pocket.
Which wasn't even mine. That was your cousin.
Oh, that's right. It was
your
planted.
Cousin put it up
right? Yeah.
Your cousin planted. Her cousin planted it on.
Yeah, they did it as a joke. You know, I went out with her cousins, and they did it as a joke and put it inside my pocket. And
so
then the next day, I found out about it.
You didn't recognize when someone was going in your pocket?
Wait, Your Honor, I mean, we was out having a few drinks here and there.
Okay.
So when they put it in my pocket,
Right.
I saw it
You didn't know
afterwards.
whether you had been excited or whether it was someone going in your pocket.
No.
You couldn't tell?
No, Your Honor, they're pranksters. They're pranksters.
You knew it was going in your pocket?
No, I didn't. Not at the time. I mean, we just sitting there and, at the establishment, we having our little drink or whatever, and we dancing around. They slipped it in my pocket. But irrelevant of the whole cause, I mean,
Well,
that was.
it just
I explained
sounds
it to her.
odd.
I explained it to her, and even her cousin even explained it to her.
It just sounds odd, sir. A woman goes into your front pocket, pant pocket, and you can't feel it.
No, it was her cousin. It was he's a male, but he no, see, nothing like that. They did that. They did
no
that
problem
for the simple fact they knew that she was gonna act like that. They knew she was gonna say something about it.
So at this point, the engagement was pretty much off.
Because of that?
Well, no, not only that
ask
incident.
your cousin?
No, actually, I never really did talk about it. It just sounded way too shady to even, no.
Man, you gotta come better than that,
Yeah,
son.
there was not only that, but there was nights of him.
Her male cousin went into your front pocket and you couldn't
planted.
feel it.
Yeah, right.
He dropped it in there.
And you didn't see him.
He dropped it in there, man. We was, we
Your
was
front
all.
pocket.
Hey, man, they was playing it in my pocket. I was framed. That's all I can say.
He was playing in your pocket.
It was planned, man. It was planned to do that.
Planted. Oh, okay.
They did that for the simple fact they knew that she would get on me about that. And I explained it to her, and he even said it to her. She talked to him.
He said your cousin did tell you.
No.
All right, this is about a car you're suing him for.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Then basically in September of 2008, we decided we were done. We weren't going to be together anymore. I'd also found out that he is now with a 22-year-old girl. And they're pretty much driving around in a vehicle that I'm paying for.
All this is after her, I'm going to say, Your Honor.
Let me allow him to give me some background before we get to the car you're suing him about. Go ahead, sir.
I was playing arena football in Green Bay at the time. I had expectations from me and, family-wise. I was going to go and play professional football. I mean, I love it. I had agent, all that stuff. She came up to me. She actually called me and told me that she was pregnant. And that was a tough decision for me. But at the same time, the way I was raised, when my mom raised me, is family comes first before anything. Football's not going to last you a lifetime, but family is going to be forever.
Right.
I decided to be your father, not only to my daughter, but to her daughter previous before that. We got along good. We had a family. Things got rocky. We had fights. Fights turned to
Over what?
just dumb stuff, like going out and her flirting with this guy and that guy. You know, it's
Not
just
physical fights, did it?
No. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I had scratches and stuff, you know, here and there.
But did you
No.
retaliate
No,
by
I never.
hitting her?
I never hit her. I wasn't raised to be like that.
All right, good.
You know, but going on to that, you know, I decided to do all that, and it was speculations of her even going out doing her things. I mean, she spent the night at another dude's house one day when I was away for a game.
Your Honor, no. And this saying, as far as me going out and stuff, how am I going out?
No. Spending the night with another guy. You talked about him having makeup in his pocket. Did you spend the night with another guy or not?
She stayed at another guy's house.
It was a friend, and we had been in a fight that night. And I thought the best scenario would be for me to not even go home so things wouldn't escalate.
And there was nowhere else you can go.
She had a father to go to.
Yes,
she had a sister to go to.
There probably
but
was
she chose
places
a
I could
friend.
have been. But it was the most convenient place to go at the time. Being that late at night and not waking people up and nothing went on.
Sound like you were accustomed to going over there at night.
Okay, going back to what I said.
Oh, no.
Anytime you know you can go somewhere in the middle of the night, that's because you've done it before. But I have to say, ma'am, he sounds like a pretty decent guy, taking care of home, just got a little cheating in him. Go ahead. Tell me about the car you're suing him for.
So in January of 2008, we went through a finance company who we had been through before for a couple different things, and we'd both paid those loans off. So what I'm actually suing him for is the value, the Kelley Blue Book value of the car.
Tell me about the car. What was the agreement on? You got to tell me why you're suing him on it. Was there an agreement that he broke?
Yep. He actually lost his job then in September of 2008. And we agreed that because he was paying $290 every 2 weeks towards the loan. Then we agreed when he lost his job that he would just pay $160 every 2 weeks. And I would continue.
Hold on, sir. Go ahead.
And I would continue to pay the $80 a week, which I am still paying and have been paying since he hadn't been able to make any more payments.
Okay.
So.
And what happened?
He just never paid. He'd always say, well, you know, this week I'll have some money for the loan payment for you. And I never.
And what happened to the car when you all broke up? Did he take it?
He kept it, yeah.
Your Honor, we agreed on it.
And the agreement when you all broke up was that he would pay for his car.
Right.
And you would pay for yours.
Right.
And he hasn't paid at all.
Nothing.
And it's in your name.
And both of our names, the loan's in.
All right. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear your side.
We broke up in September 2008. I paid the car note from February, say late January to that September. I was paying, she's right, $290 every 2 weeks. Then it came down to the point where a little before September, I got laid off from my job. Now I was collecting unemployment at the time. That's when she started working. And I was still paying the whole full car note myself while she was working. And, you know, we agreed on that. You know, she even told me flat out that, well, you go ahead, get on your feet or whatever. Until you get on your feet, you know, you can do this. Yeah, we did agree on paying that payment.
You haven't gotten on your feet yet?
I got on my feet. Actually, I got on my feet a few months ago.
Have you made any payments since then?
Not on paper, but I've given her money. I've given her money here and there, like $40, $30 here and there, whenever she needed.
Total amount?
Towards that, whatever she had to use it for. Yeah, the total, well, it was $80 a week.
That's how much you've given her?
I didn't give her $80 a week. Like every now and then.
What's the total?
But there times are hard. She had more money than I did.
Yeah, you know? Good enough. You can't tell me what you gave her because you didn't give her anything, I don't believe. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I also have the Kelley Blue Book value and I have the loan payments.
All right.
May I say something? Going back to all this, the reason why she is suing me, for the simple fact is that after we broke up, I met someone else, okay? I didn't plan on being with this woman for that long, but you know, I did, you know, and we got an apartment together and all this stuff. Now, going back to all of that.
Who's paying for that?
Me and her.
Are you paying your share of the apartment?
Yes, I am, sir. Right. Yes, I am. Sometimes I'm probably paying more, but I'm doing that for us.
She's doing it because she's mad that you're with another woman?
Yeah, we were going to get back together, okay?
Sir, I'm asking you, so no, I can't hear all these stories about getting back together and then deciding not to and then resuming.
This is why.
What was the final agreement after all this getting back together? Was it the same one we just discussed? that you would pay when you got on your feet?
She told me to forget about it when we was trying to get back together.
So that was the final agreement. I've been asking you for 5 minutes, what was the final agreement? Now you've come with another final agreement. Earlier you said the final agreement was that you would pay when you got on your feet. Now you've changed the final agreement. $3,530. He admits that he owes. He changed his story twice. Have a good day. Judging for the plaintiff.
The allegations that I'm jealous of him and his 22-year-old girlfriend are totally false.
I already know what this is about. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sitting here in this whole suing situation. Before it wasn't a problem, now it's a problem.